I'm gonna make one for you and one for me.
Good.
2 different variations on the soup. It's coming out of one bowl and you can do whatever you want. So the other day, I asked you what you would like for lunch, and what do you always say?
Cheeseburger.
Never fails. She loves cheeseburgers.
I do love cheeseburgers.
We didn't have buns, so that dill pickle soup thing was still floating around inside my head, and I thought, okay, all right, I'm going to try this. Now, I'm sure somebody has done some kind of soup like this before. I don't know, but this one's mine.
This is good.
I started thinking about Dad and the way he makes his world-famous cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah.
What if I could make a soup that tastes like that? The first thing you taste is the onions.
Right.
Now, even if you don't like onions, I guarantee if you get a yellow sweet onion, cook it in butter like I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Almost anything that you cook turns into magic because these are sweet. Those sweet juices caramelize in this. Oh my. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to take me a yellow sweet onion. I'm going to cut that up into what I like to call fingernail-sized pieces. We're just going to take that with a little ulu knife. Okay, now you think with all the flavors that are in a hamburger, cheeseburger meal, especially Dad's cheeseburgers, you got the onion,
Right.
you got the cheese. He didn't really go too much past that. You got the pickle.
Right.
This
That's all
is
you
where we're
need.
starting. But that onion, that sweet onion, I always remember, I knew when he was cooking his world famous cheeseburger, I could smell him outside.
Smell the onions.
I could smell him cooking outside, and we knew what was coming. Now you're having your cheeseburger. What kind of side would you want?
Always potatoes. Some kind
Always
of potato.
potatoes.
That's
I think we can work that in
That's
as well.
right. Do you want me to do something with the burger?
You know what? I do. Now the other day, when we were experimenting, how about tiny burgers all through your soup? So you're going to take a little measuring cup.
That way they're even, my little balls.
So if you can have cheeseburger soup, you got to have lots of little cheeseburgers.
That's right.
in
I'm
there.
making little baby burgers here.
I'm telling you, this kind of stuff makes me happy. Now, Dad used butter on his buns. You had the butter taste. That's important. So we're going to actually put a little butter. Now, a lady asked a week or so ago, what pan is that? I want to buy it for my husband. And that's just an enameled, I guess it's about a 10-inch pan, right? Would that be 10 inches? It's an enameled cast iron. I love these. I use them more than anything. This is as well. All right, Mrs. Farmer. There's a lot going on here.
Got your burger. Look for your little tiny burger
Beautiful.
balls.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put them in here.
Can I help you?
And I'm just going to, once I get them in here, I'm just going to flatten them out just a little bit. So now, Mr. Farmer, Jerry Farmer, very important, Mr. Farmer would say,
Yes.
to salt and pepper these little guys. I should have done that before I put them in here, but it's never too late.
That's right.
A little salt, a little pepper.
Those are just cute.
Aren't they though?
They're cute.
All right. Now, Mrs. Farmer, if you will take those 3 small dill spears.
I will.
We're going to have dill pickles in our soup, the taste of dill pickles.
And the chopper's wonderful for this.
Chopper's going to just mush them up.
All right.
So, you know, fermented pickles are a probiotic.
Really? That's
So
good.
you take a little sip of juice every now and then, pickle juice. Ooh, boy, I tell you what. Now, I'm just going to let these take their time. We're not in any hurry here.
Kind of like little
Let
meatballs.
these get nice and done. All right, Mrs. Farmer, I'm going to take me some Velveeta cheese. All right, Mrs. Farmer, I'm going to take me 1/3 of a block of Velveeta cheese.
Yummy.
I'm going to pop in here. I'm going to let that melt.
How can it not be good with cheese like that?
What do you think?
I could eat that with
Cheese,
onions. Yes.
onions, little baby burgers. You know what? I'm going to have you scoop this out. Have you got a scooper?
Use this.
Yep. That is 1 can of potato soup. We're just going to continue to let this melt all down. Now what we're going to do, Miss Farmer?
You want your pickles?
Pickles.
We knock those
Yeah,
in for
we'll
you?
scrape those out. And I'm going to put a little bit of pickle juice in here. If I had to guess, that's 2 tablespoons or so. Now what we're going to do in here, a little salt, a little pepper, half and half. 2 cups of half and half. Okay, now we're ready to take our cheeseburger,
Yummy. Add it to your soup.
our hamburger, put it in our cheeseburger soup. And then we're going to let that all kind of get together. We're going to turn it up a little bit and let it cook down. Let it thicken up. Now I'm going to keep the skillet, Mrs. Farmer.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing with that, don't you?
What are you doing with
For
that?
your mushrooms
Oh,
and your
yeah.
onions.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so what I'm going to do now, Mrs. Farmer, because you are a mushroom Swiss person, so I'm going to hook you up, and you like little onions on that as well. I'm just going to cut you up a little bit of onion here. In the butter that's left over. So we still have that wonderful taste in there.
Right.
take you some mushrooms, just enough for your
What I like.
cheeseburger soup, your Swiss cheeseburger soup.
Yum. It's delicious.
And see, you don't want this to get too hot. You don't want it to scorch.
Right.
But you do want it to thicken up, and you want it to cook down just a little bit. And look where we're
That's
we're
good.
at.
Have you tasted it?
Oh, Ms. Farmer, the moment has arrived.
I'm excited.
Are you hungry?
Yes, I've been eating the bread. So is Kelly that we pulled out of the little bowl here.
All right, Mrs. Farmer, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and dump our soup into our bread bowl. A big
Yum.
heap and scoop.
That's a big bowl of soup.
I
all
know
that
it is.
bread?
That's quite a bit of
That's a
soup that
meal.
you can fit in there. What are your accoutrements for a hamburger? I know what you like.
I know. Yeah, I know
I
what
know
you
what
like.
I like. So here's what I'm going to do. Now this may seem silly. Cheese,
Gotta make it a real cheeseburger.
pickle, a little ketchup, a little mustard. Now what you can do is you can take this and just push this down in here and let that mix up in there.
The perfect cheeseburger soup.
Perfect cheeseburger soup. Are you kidding me? Now yours, on the other hand,
Yes.
I'm going to take just a little bit. You may or may not like this. Just a little bit of horseradish.
I like
for you.
horseradish. I like horseradish.
You love horseradish. A piece of Swiss cheese,
Yummy.
onions.
I think mine's better than yours.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with you.
Like that.
I think they're
Ooh,
both good. Pickle on
I
the
like
side.
a pickle. Yeah. All right.
And look at there, Mrs. Farmer.
Woohoo! And look, we have extra bread. If we can dip that in the soup as we're eating it.
Look, it's too pretty to eat.
Yes, it is.
I am so proud of my cheeseburger potato soup.
It looks so delicious.
And yours is mushroom Swiss cheeseburger potato
Yes.
soup. Oh, you know what we need? Spoons. I'm gonna take and mix that American cheese and the ketchup and the mustard in. Now, if you don't want those, you don't have to have that.
I'm excited.
And let me tell you what, look, I'm gonna find me a burger. I found me a burger. That's a big burger right there. Oh, Mom.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I'm not kidding you.
That is so good.
I like it with the horseradish.
I love it. This is so, with the Swiss cheese, mine is so good with the mushrooms.
This might seem like a novelty,
That's
but
good.
let me tell you what. You try this. You give this to your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Give this to your great uncle. Give this to the man down the road. They're gonna like this.
This was fun to make, too.
It's fun.
It was
And
fun.
it just popped into my head, and it's so delicious.
It is delicious.